Another way that you can add some signature twists to your loaf and some new eye appeal is through the use of toppings and decorative cuts. I'd like to demonstrate the topping and also talk a little bit about the proper timing of the topping. After the loaf is formed, before it's proofed, that should be the time that the loaf is actually topped. And the way that I prefer to do it is I prefer to take a wet towel on a sheet pan, not really puddled water, but just a nice wet towel. Roll the surface of the bread inside of what you want to top so that it's nice and moist, and then roll it inside of the selected toppings. It's the fastest and easiest way to get the toppings applied uniformly and completely. There's a variety of different toppings that you can see on the table. We just did sesame seeds. If you look, you can alternate down here with poppy seeds and sesames like was done on this epi roll, which I think is a very nice touch. You can do just plain poppy seeds. You can also get into other things like cracked wheat, rolled oats. After everything's been topped, it goes to the proof box where it'll raise prior to being cut before going into the oven. You never want to cut your bread prior to the proof box because you're going to lose all the cut definition and the functionality of those cuts. So the proper timing is once it comes out of the proof box and it has the time to dry so the knife doesn't drag, that's the point where you'll actually score the tops of the bread. One other thing about cuts is you can, again, in using many different varieties of cuts, you can offer different things to your customers. Again, it's that many from one concept of bread baking, so that they think that you're working really hard and all you're really doing is just swapping pans of toppings and using your knife in a different manner. Staying with my theme of getting many different products out of one particular dough, another way you can do that is through inclusions. This loaf here is made with rehydrated dry onions, dill, and rosemary. Just put in a mixing bowl, mix together until it's homogeneous, and then scaled into loaves. This one is a Kalamata olive and Parmesan cheese, again from the same dough platform, just stirred in. Be careful working with Kalamata olives. You always have to do 100% inspection on those because there's pits. Even in the pitted ones, you still have to be extremely careful. The last variety we have here is a grain that's been introduced to the same dough platform. This particular one is our super soaked grains. These are pre-cooked grains that are moist, so they don't draw any of the moisture away from your breadcrumbs. They actually provide moisture. Very nice product to work with, and again, very versatile. This particular loaf of bread is a chopped bread. This one has cheddar cheese and jalapeno slices chopped inside of it with the contents of 1 egg. So showing you over here, we're going to start with just that same white dough. I've added some pickled nacho slices. I'm going to crack the egg and throw it in there just to help bind everything up once we get it all chopped up. And since I don't have cheddar cheese, you get to see mozzarella today. So we're going to add the cheese, fold it up into a little ball so that it kind of stays together. Then using a bench scraper, we're just going to work it front to back, side to side. Put that into an 8-inch cake pan with the sides greased so that it comes out easily once it's proofed and baked. And I know it doesn't look pretty, but it sure tastes good. And out of the oven, it comes out looking similar to this loaf.